Morning. It's Thursday. I'm about to start work, but on Saturday I'm having my best friend Henry coming in, and I'm making him stella, which is a Moroccan dish. So I just did a very big shop because I also needed to fill out my fridge. So this is everything I got. There's a lot of butter because I cook with a lot of butter. There are some herbs because we use that in Moroccan cooking. Lots of tomatoes also. Almonds for the stella because it has a sweet layer. These are prunes because I want to make some tagines at some point. All my ginger shots and things like that. And yeah, so I have to kind of organize all of this. I will for now just put the things that go in the fridge quickly in the fridge and then have breakfast, and then the rest I can organize during the day. Good evening. I'm getting ready to prepare for my dinner for tomorrow. So my best friend Henry is coming over and I'm making him a proper Moroccan feast. So it's going to be abstella, which is a traditional dish that we have, and also some salads. And I still did not think about what I'm doing for dessert. I just finished, well, I didn't finish work, but anyway, I'm going to make myself a light dinner. And in the meantime, while waiting for my food to cook, I was just thinking I'll start doing some prep for tomorrow. So let me show you around. For my dinner, I'm just making a burger, and this is hot water. I'm gonna be sipping hot water because it's unbelievably cold. It's -3 degrees right now, Celsius. So these are just ingredients for my burger, and I've been munching on olives. There is an Algerian shopkeeper in the area, and he sells Moroccan type of olives, and they have a butcher and everything, so it's quite nice. I go there every now and then. So this is everything that I need for that, and in parallel, while waiting for this, I'm gonna be probably just watching some random video, and I'm gonna start preparing the eggplants or aubergines for zeluk, which is one of the salads that we make. Did you know that actually these are called eggplants in the US because there is a variety that is white and much smaller, and because it's white and small and kind of roundish, it looks like an egg, hence the eggplant. But this is the most common variety. But anyway, aubergine. Right, so I'm going to cut these, just head and head and tail them, and then I'm going to just remove alternative slices from the skin, just so that they're not too bitter. Then I'm gonna put a bit of salt in that, and then pop them in this, and then into the fridge. I think that overnight that will give them time to lose some of their water because that removes some of the bitterness. Safety first, I always put an anti-slip mat under my cutting board. You could also put just a wet towel. This bit tends to be quite bitter, so I'm not mad about losing that. Also, the way I work in my kitchen is I always have something for scraps. You see, I'm not removing all of the skin, just a little bit. So now I'm gonna dice this, prepare this, and yeah, get ready for my dinner. That's that done. It might look like it's a lot, but this will go down because of the salt. Plus, once it cooks, it will be just a little bit. I mean, it's only two of us, but I kind of also am not that fussed if I have to have a couple bits of leftovers. There are usually not many leftovers anyway. This is the mise en place for the soup that I'm making tomorrow. I'm making a harira, which is just a Moroccan tomato-based soup. So I have the onions, I have all of these, what are these called? Chickpeas, lentils, and then these are split fava beans that are just hydrating overnight. And it helps me to do something like this because then I can find quickly that, oh, I don't have tomato concentrate. So just I add it to my shopping list. And I will do that also tomorrow morning. I will prepare the mise en place for the stella and everything else, and then write my shopping list, and then I have all day to do my shopping and also cook in a very relaxed manner. I will also have to do a bit of work for my job tomorrow, because today I needed to run an errand, and also I wasn't really inspired to do much work. So I did my best, but I still feel that I needed a longer break, so I did take a longer break. I'm not an hourly worker in the sense that, oh, I didn't log my hours, so I need to log my hours. That's not a problem. But for me, it's just me being honest, right, with myself. Like, nobody's going to go like, oh, Olga, you took a 2 hour break. Like, they know I'm human. But still, I prefer, for my peace of mind. Oh, that's my meat done. No, these are my fries. I prefer, for my peace of mind, to just feel that I have earned my wages. So tomorrow I'm gonna be working a tiny bit in between my mega cooking sessions. So that will also be a welcome break. This is my burger. It looks like it has more lettuce than anything else, but I promise you it's a burger. My hot water that is now tepid, and I'm just watching a hiking YouTuber. What is it called? Wanderlust something something. I just love her accent. She's just like, I don't know. How does she say things? I just love, like, her accent is just so fun. So I always listen to her. Plus, she knows what she's doing, obviously. Morning. It's a bit after 9:30. I had a bit of a lie-in. So now I'm going to make a quick breakfast and then get very slowly started with preparing the various things. I have a list of things that I need as I'm preparing stuff. So I'll probably do the mise en place for all the dishes and then hit the shops. I brought my herbal plants indoors because it's -4 degrees and they simply froze. This is so sad. Oh well. I finished breakfast. I'm just finishing my last bit of coffee, and then I'm going to very slowly do my little mise en place, start preparing things that I'm cooking, assess the food that I have, the spices that I have. I might need to go to the shops one or twice today, but this is going to be quite meditative. I'm going to also have some videos playing, watching YouTube very slowly. So I don't see this as a chore. It's more of a very relaxed, slow way of spending my Saturday. I do tend to do things very slowly, so there is no sense of rush, which is why I prefer to do such cooking on the weekend. Plus, I'm gonna have enough leftovers, a variety of leftovers, that my first 2 or 3 days next week will be. Actually, no, I might have to go to Glasgow. To be honest, next week is going to be quite intense, which is why I need this little very slow day. I'm just back from Tesco's. I went to the shop, I bought a couple things that I needed, and now at 11 a.m. I will officially start cooking up a storm. While I was in the shop, I thought of a couple of things, so I bought a few more ingredients, but this is going to be pretty organic. I'll check in more with you every now and then, but I will cook whatever I feel like cooking, and I have 1 or 2 things in mind for dessert, but if I don't have time to make them, I'll just ask Henry to bring something from the shop, or I'll order something in Deliveroo. First round of prep is ready, and actually, I must confess, my favorite bit of cooking is the prep, which I find very meditative rather than the cooking itself. One of the best investments I made last year was buying this KitchenAid robot. Now, I waited very long to get one just because I did not have space for it. I must say, I also don't have space now, but this just makes my life so much easier. So what I will do is that I will puree the onions and puree the tomatoes, which I have blanched and peeled, and this is going in my soup. Then I will chop a lot of parsley and coriander, because this is something that I'm gonna use in many dishes. I've already drained the split fava beans, the lentils, and somewhere at the bottom you will find the chickpeas. So all my pulses are ready. So once I do that, I will start cooking the soup. And then as soon as every ingredient of the soup is in there, I will do a reset and get started on my next task. But for me, it's important to always reset my kitchen. As you see, I don't have the biggest space in the world, but I will reset all of this and then make it work. Right, everything is prepped for the soup. One little tip, for the onions and also the tomatoes, you're supposed to grate them. Because I didn't want to grate them, all I did was I put them in the food processor, but I added some water. So now I'm gonna start cooking this. Now, because I already got the meat out of the fridge, I'm not going to put it back in. I decided to add another recipe. I'm not going to serve it for dinner, but I'm just going to use it so I can use it because it's already starting to discolor. Discoloration is not bad, it's just oxidation, but I never put meat back after I've put it out. I took it out of the fridge and I only need a very small amount only for flavoring. The soup is cooking. I reckon it will be a couple hours because this induction hob is not very powerful. Then the second recipe I made is simply just some red beans. I used almost the same ingredients and just put a can of red beans. I can eat that later. I've butchered my chicken. I saved the carcasses to make a sort of a rice and green pepper soup. And now I'm about to prepare a ton of onions to get started on the bstella. My 2 plants just arrived for my balcony. So, I mean, I might keep them indoors today and tomorrow until the frost stops. Anyway, back to cooking. I'm on my onions. Right, I'm about to start. I'm going to cook the chicken, add quite a lot of onion, parsley, and eventually once I remove the chicken, I'm going to add some eggs, and then I need to prepare the almonds with some sugar separately. So I'm going to start cooking all of this, and then I will have a light lunch while watching YouTube and let everything cook very slowly. This is now what my setup looks like. Harira still has maybe another half hour or something, and then I turn it off and I reheat it closer to when I want to serve, and also add a bit of a starch, either arrowroot or just plain flour. This is the chicken. In the meantime, I pulled the aubergines out so that they can continue losing the extra water. And I've prepared what I will need to make zaluk, so that will be for later, for after lunch. And these are additional things that I will need for my bstela. In the meantime, this is what the red beans stew looks like. I like mine very thick, but you can make it a runny stew. And mine has a bit more meat than I would normally have, just because I wanted to use up what I had. I doused it in a lot of really beautiful piquois olive oil, some grey salt from Guérande, and fresh parsley. So I'm gonna have this with some bread while watching something on YouTube, and then I'll come back to check on my stuff, and I will think about what I want to do for dessert, or maybe another salad or something. But I like to take these things very slowly. I did a mad dash to an Algerian guy's store because I know he carries Middle Eastern and North African goods. So I managed to get some orange blossom water. This one is from Lebanon, and I needed that for my almond thing. I also got some Moroccan tea because that's really important. Now that's my prep done. I'm going to now have a bit of a break. I have been just listening to Sabah Fakhri. So this is the harira. It's done. This is the look, the aubergine thing. Here is we call it dagmera, which is effectively the caramelized onions to put in the bstela. That's one of the layers. Here I just steamed some cavolo nero that I'm going to have as a side. This is a side of broccoli because Henry is very, very healthy, so he needs broccoli with every meal. I'm not having any, but I just blanched it, and it's going to sit here. This is the chicken layer of the bstela. These are some green olives and some preserved lemons and garlic that I'm gonna be using when I'm preparing the garnish. And this is the almond layer of the bstela, and this is what I need to um, decorate it, and then some of the pastry. Now the most hilarious part is, how do I fit all of that food in my fridge? I'm gonna have to do some Tetris, because I mean this is why I transferred everything into closed containers, but I'm gonna have to really force it here. Let's see. This is just a bit of a cleaning spray that I will leave soaking, but I have cleaned whatever I could clean. This will dry while I take a nap, and there are a couple things soaking right now. I have to sacrifice my eggs from the fridge to be able to fit everything, but now I can go and have my little nap. Then when I wake up, I will remove all of that stuff. But I don't know if it's a Moroccan thing or a Rabati thing or just my mom who always insisted on that. But I'm just used to always resetting the kitchen often rather than wait until the end. Bizarrely, I don't have that problem with my bed. I mean, I couldn't care less about whether my bed is made up, but my kitchen needs to be always clean. It's very weird because now that I'm nearly ready to start, I just have the feeling that I don't have enough food. I don't know if that is my anxiety. I have the soup that is currently heating up, and then I will add a bit of flour to it. Then I have the look that I need to heat up, and I have to cook these things. And then I have the pastilla, and that's about it. Normally I have more options, but let's see. I'm not doing dessert after all because Henry's bringing something. I don't know. Right, it's almost 11 p.m. We just finished dinner. Let me show you around. This is the leftover pastilla. Everything else is already in the fridge as leftovers. We had some Moroccan tea, as you do, because it's important. We had that with the pastilla. Then we had, oh, we didn't finish it. Then we had some chai, which we had with a brioche. We got a chocolate brioche from Au Merveilleux de Fred, which I absolutely love. And then we finished the night with some verbena from Morocco, Louisa, and chocolates, black chocolate. So yeah. Naturally, I did not film the dinner or the table because my friend was here, and this is at the end of the day something that I'm doing to enjoy the company of my friend, not to display a table. So, but I think it was nice. We had a very lovely chat. It lasted about 4 hours, so it's always good to have a nice catch up. I'm quite sleepy. The dishwasher is running, if you can hear it. So I'm gonna finish my verbena, maybe watch a couple of videos on YouTube, do a very quick nighttime skincare routine, and hop in the shower and call it a day, a night.